Few figures in history embody resilience and unwavering determination as profoundly as Winston Churchill. The former Prime Minister of the United Kingdom, Churchill's leadership during World War II has become a symbol of perseverance in the face of adversity. Among his many stirring quotes, "Never give up. Never, never give up," stands as a clarion call for fortitude, hope, and relentless resolve. This phrase not only encapsulates Churchill's personal philosophy, but also serves as a guiding principle for individuals and nations confronting challenges. This essay explores the context and significance of Churchill's declaration, delves into his life as a testament to this ethos, and examines how this message remains relevant today. Winston Churchill's life was marked by triumphs and failures, moments of despair, and dazzling victories. Rising to prominence during one of the darkest periods in modern history, his steadfast refusal to accept defeat became a rallying cry for his country and the world. His famous exhortation, "Never give up. Never, never give up," was not merely rhetorical flourish but a reflection of his own life experiences and philosophy. This essay examines the origins of this quote, its meaning, and its enduring power to inspire resilience, offering a deeper understanding of how Churchill's words transcend time and context to resonate universally. Churchill's iconic phrase is often associated with his speeches during World War II, particularly during the darkest days of the Blitz and the Battle of Britain. However, its exact phrasing is drawn from a speech delivered at Harrow School, his alma mater, in October 1941. Addressing the students, Churchill famously said, "Never give in. Never give in. Never, 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 in nothing, great or small, large or petty. Never give in except to convictions of honor and good sense. Never yield to force. Never yield to the apparently overwhelming might of the enemy." These words were spoken against the backdrop of a grueling war where Britain stood virtually alone against Nazi Germany. Churchill's call for unwavering resolve was as much a reflection of the national spirit he sought to foster as it was a mirror of his own indomitable character. His ability to galvanize a beleaguered nation stemmed from a life steeped in adversity, tenacity, and a refusal to accept defeat. Winston Churchill's own life story exemplifies the ethos of never giving up. Born in 1874 to an aristocratic family, Churchill's early life was marked by struggles and setbacks that shaped his character and prepared him for the monumental challenges he would later face. Churchill's childhood was far from idyllic. He had a distant relationship with his parents and struggled academically at Harrow School. Known for his stubbornness and rebellious nature, Churchill was not initially seen as destined for greatness. Despite these challenges, he persevered, developing a love for language and history that would later become instrumental in his political career. After failing multiple times to pass the entrance exam for the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst, Churchill finally succeeded, eventually graduating 8th in his class. This early setback taught him the value of persistence, a lesson he carried throughout his life. Churchill's early military career was marked by daring exploits and near-death experiences. Serving as a war correspondent and soldier in conflicts such as the Boer War, he displayed courage and resourcefulness, traits that earned him recognition and public acclaim. Entering politics in 1900 as a conservative member of parliament, Churchill quickly established himself as a bold and controversial figure. His political career, however, was anything but smooth. He switched parties, joining the Liberals, and faced criticism for his decisions, including the disastrous Gallipoli campaign during World War I, which led to his resignation from government. Yet, even in the face of humiliation and defeat, Churchill did not give up. Instead, he used these experiences to learn, adapt, and grow stronger. One of the most challenging periods of Churchill's life was the so-called wilderness years during the 1930s. Out of power and often ridiculed for his warnings about the rise of Nazi Germany, Churchill found himself marginalized in political life. Many viewed him as a relic of the past, his political career seemingly over. Yet Churchill refused to fade into obscurity. He continued to write, speak, and warn about the looming threat of war, driven by an unwavering belief in his convictions. His perseverance during this period laid the groundwork for his eventual return to leadership when his country needed him most. Churchill's greatest test came during World War II when he was appointed Prime Minister in May 1940. With Nazi forces sweeping across Europe, Britain faced its darkest hour. Churchill's leadership during this time exemplified his never-give-up philosophy. He inspired his people to endure through the Blitz, the Battle of Britain, and the long years of war. His speeches, including "We shall fight on the beaches" and "This was their finest hour," became rallying cries for a nation under siege. Churchill's unyielding resolve and optimism galvanized the British people, turning despair into defiance and ensuring that Britain remained a beacon of resistance against tyranny. The meaning of "never give up." Churchill's exhortation to never give up goes beyond a wartime slogan. It embodies a philosophy of life that is deeply rooted in resilience, hope, and the belief in the power of perseverance. To fully understand the significance of this phrase, it is essential to explore its three core elements: resilience, adaptability, and belief in a greater purpose. Resilience in the face of adversity. Churchill's life and leadership demonstrate the importance of resilience. Resilience is the ability to withstand and recover from setbacks, to face challenges head-on without losing hope. Churchill's unwavering determination in the face of personal, political, and national crises exemplifies this quality. Adaptability and learning from failure. Another key aspect of Churchill's philosophy is adaptability. He viewed failure not as the end, but as an opportunity for growth. His ability to learn from mistakes, whether in his political career or military strategies, allowed him to continuously evolve and improve. Churchill's belief in perseverance was not about blind stubbornness, but about the capacity to adapt while staying true to one's principles. Belief in a greater purpose. Underlying Churchill's philosophy was a belief in a greater purpose. He saw his work not as a means to personal success, but as a contribution to the greater good. During World War II, Churchill's resolve was driven by his belief in the values of freedom, democracy, and human dignity. This sense of purpose gave him the strength to endure and inspire others to do the same. The relevance of Churchill's philosophy today. Churchill's message of never giving up remains profoundly relevant in today's world, where individuals and societies face unprecedented challenges. From personal struggles to global crises, the principles of resilience, adaptability, and purpose continue to provide guidance and inspiration. Resilience in a rapidly changing world. In an era of rapid technological, economic, and social change, resilience is more important than ever. Individuals face pressures such as job insecurity, mental health challenges, and social upheaval. Churchill's example reminds us that resilience is not about avoiding difficulties, but about finding the strength to overcome them. Overcoming personal adversity. Churchill's philosophy also applies to personal struggles. Whether dealing with failure, loss, or self-doubt, his message encourages individuals to persevere, to learn from setbacks, and to never lose sight of their goals. Leadership in times of crisis. Churchill's leadership during World War II offers valuable lessons for today's leaders. In a world grappling with crises such as climate change, pandemics, and geopolitical conflicts, Churchill's ability to inspire hope and unity serves as a model for effective leadership. Critiques and challenges. While Churchill's philosophy of never giving up is inspirational, it is not without its challenges and critiques. Some argue that unyielding perseverance can sometimes lead to rigidity or a refusal to acknowledge mistakes. Churchill himself faced criticism for certain decisions, such as his handling of colonial issues and the Gallipoli campaign. These examples highlight the need for balance between perseverance and adaptability. Additionally, Churchill's philosophy may not always be feasible for individuals facing systemic barriers or overwhelming odds. It is essential to recognize that perseverance must be accompanied by support, resources, and opportunities to succeed. Winston Churchill's exhortation to never give up captures the essence of his remarkable life and leadership. His resilience, adaptability, and unwavering belief in a greater purpose not only defined his own journey but also inspired a nation to endure through its darkest hours. Churchill's message remains a timeless reminder of the power of perseverance, offering guidance and hope to individuals and societies facing challenges. As we navigate the complexities of the modern world, Churchill's words challenge us to confront adversity with courage, to learn from failure, and to strive for a greater purpose. In doing so, we honor the legacy of a leader who, through his indomitable spirit, proved that the greatest triumphs often emerge from the most daunting struggles. Truly, Churchill's call to never give up is not just a rallying cry for wartime, but a universal principle for all aspects of life. Never give up. Never, never give up. These words were spoken by Winston Churchill, a man who led Britain through the darkest hours of World War II. His message continues to echo across generations, urging us all to persist, to overcome, and to remain unwavering in the face of adversity. This speech will delve into the motivational lessons contained in Churchill's quote, offering stories, challenges, and insights to fuel our own journey toward perseverance and success. At the heart of Churchill's enduring call to never give up lies the idea that we must first define the broader purpose that drives us. It is easy to become disheartened by immediate setbacks when the end goal is unclear or uncertain. But the true power of perseverance is unlocked when we identify and connect to a vision larger than ourselves. A vision that inspires and motivates us even when the going gets tough. When Winston Churchill took the reins of leadership in Britain during the darkest days of World War II, his country was faced with a very real possibility of defeat. Hitler's forces were advancing rapidly across Europe, and Britain stood alone against the Axis powers. It was during this time that Churchill's defining leadership trait, his ability to focus on the big picture, shone through. He understood that victory was not simply about winning battles. It was about securing the future of the free world. He often spoke of the greater purpose: freedom, democracy, and the preservation of human dignity. For Churchill, the idea of surrender was simply unacceptable because the cost of failure was too high. In the same way, when we face our own challenges, we must connect with our big-picture goals. Whether it's a dream of making a difference in the world, advancing in our careers, or improving our lives and those of the people we care about. Ask yourself, what are you trying to achieve? What drives you? By keeping our eyes fixed on the broader picture, we gain the resilience to withstand the inevitable hardships along the way. There is an innate power in stories. They motivate us, they guide us, and they remind us of what is possible when we face challenges with courage. Churchill was not only a great orator but also a storyteller. His speeches, filled with imagery and bold declarations, instilled a sense of purpose and drive in the British people, motivating them to fight on despite the overwhelming odds. One of Churchill's most memorable speeches occurred in August 1940 during the Battle of Britain, when the Royal Air Force was outnumbered and exhausted, but their resolve was unwavering. He spoke these words to rally the nation: "Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few." These words acknowledged the great sacrifice of the pilots, but more importantly, they showed that even the smallest act of resistance could create ripples of change. For Churchill, the motivation lay not in the victory of a single battle, but in the survival of an ideal, an ethos of freedom. When you feel worn down by life's challenges, think about the motivating stories that inspire you to keep going. What stories fuel your drive? Is it the tale of someone who overcame great adversity to achieve greatness? Is it the success of those who paved the way for others? Whatever it is, let these stories serve as a beacon, an example of what can be achieved when we refuse to give up. There will always be obstacles. The road to success, to achieving greatness, is never smooth. As we embark on our own journeys, we will inevitably face three great conflicts: internal, external, and circumstantial. First, the internal conflict, our own doubts, fears, and insecurities. We all have moments when we question our abilities or wonder if we are truly cut out for the path we have chosen. The self-doubt that creeps in can feel paralyzing, but we must remember that, like Churchill, we are often stronger than we realize. In times of doubt, it is essential to embrace our inner resolve, to trust in our skills, and to believe in the value of our dreams. Next, there is the external conflict, the obstacles imposed by the world around us. These are the societal pressures, the negativity from others, and the systems that seem to conspire against us. Churchill faced this external conflict daily. The Axis powers were a formidable force, and the world watched as Britain fought on alone. But instead of succumbing to the weight of external pressures, Churchill galvanized the nation by focusing on the one thing he could control: their unwavering determination. Finally, the circumstantial conflict arises from the unpredictability of life. Circumstances can change in an instant: an unexpected setback, a personal loss, or an economic downturn. These are the forces beyond our control, yet they must not be allowed to determine our fate. Churchill faced this with grace and grit, as when he urged the British people to remain steadfast during the Blitz, when London was bombed night after night. In the face of destruction, he did not falter. These three great conflicts are part of the human experience, but they are not insurmountable. Churchill's own story reminds us that by confronting them head-on, with courage and determination, we can overcome whatever barriers stand in our way. In the pursuit of any worthy goal, there are always risks involved. When Churchill spoke of never giving up, he was also encouraging the British people to take bold risks. His own leadership was defined by his willingness to step into the unknown, whether that was seeking new alliances, advancing new military strategies, or even committing to the sheer willpower required to keep fighting a seemingly unwinnable war. The key to innovation lies in the willingness to take risks. Whether you're starting a new business, pursuing a new career, or challenging the status quo in any field, the path ahead will be fraught with uncertainty. The innovation curve is steep, and it requires stepping into the unknown, making mistakes, learning, and adapting. Churchill himself made numerous controversial decisions. Some were brilliant, others less so, but he never stopped moving forward. He understood that progress often involves stumbling, but each failure was simply a lesson learned on the path to success. Just as Churchill reassured his people during moments of despair, we must reassure ourselves and others that the risks we take are part of the journey. No great achievement has ever been made without some measure of risk. It is through taking risks and pushing boundaries that we grow, innovate, and move closer to our goals. Churchill was never one to sugarcoat the reality of the situation. When he rallied the British people, he did not promise an easy path ahead. Instead, he provided a candid, no-nonsense assessment of what lay ahead. He knew that the journey would be long, difficult, and fraught with hardship. But he also understood that through perseverance, Britain could prevail. In the same vein, we must be realistic about our own journeys. Success is not easy. There will be setbacks, doubts, and obstacles that threaten to derail us. But it is precisely through facing these challenges that we prove our character, build resilience, and grow stronger. Churchill's leadership was grounded in the belief that while the journey would not be easy, it was worth every struggle. So, as you embark on your own journey, remember this: the road will not always be smooth, but every step you take is a step closer to achieving something meaningful. The challenges you face will shape you, just as they shaped Churchill and the British people. To never give up, to persevere despite the challenges, is not just a message of resilience, it is a call to action. It is a reminder that, like Churchill, we must always keep pushing forward, no matter how great the obstacles before us. By understanding our big picture, drawing motivation from stories of triumph, confronting the conflicts in our path, embracing the risks of innovation, and accepting the hard truths of the journey ahead, we can honor Churchill's legacy and embrace the power of never giving up. As we stand together, let us remember these words: never give up. Never, never give up. Let them fuel our ambition, strengthen our resolve, and guide us to victory.